All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. We are talking about Maya. Maya opens up about never wanting marriage or kids and why she's totally fine with that. I'm about to listen to it for the first time with you guys. So walk with me, walk with me. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see what. If you don't know Maya, Maya was I think she went on tour recently. She was a major R&B singer back in the 90s. She's now 45 years old. She's like a little bit less than a month older than me. Interesting. Anyway, Maya is she's talking. I guess she's never been married. Okay, she's an R&B singer. She's been rumored back then with Jay-Z. She was the Beyonce before there was Beyonce. Anyway, let me read this stuff. Say Maya opens up about never wanting marriage, and Maya is getting candid about her life. Let's watch this video together. I think there's a video.
Very vocal also about your celibacy.
I haven't been vocal.
Well, everybody seems to know, girl.
So
Celibacy.
when I was doing an interview, I was asked what my healing journey looked like. And that was one of many different components, from running a marathon to doing a cleanse for 10 days of no eating, like conditioning myself, disciplinary and challenges to strip something away that may be addictive for someone else,
like the
or that may have an addictive aspect to it, or a reliant aspect where you can easily fill a void with something and practice escapism. So I just keep removing things from my life.
No, that's not what escapism means.
Just removing something, then I can go through life where something is taken away from me. And that was the start of my independent journey, when I was no longer with a label. But the only thing that stood out was the word sex, right? And that's all that people talk about.
Yes.
So
You've been very vocal also.
you don't hear anything else. You don't hear.
All right, so she's talking about kind of like fasting, kind of like delayed gratitude, but it's delayed. Is it delayed gratitude or delayed gratification? I think it's delayed gratification, delayed enjoyment. She's not denying that this thing is enjoyable, and she was probably addicted to it. She also talked about recollection. She just talked about full life cleansing. What's the other word? Purging of negative, toxic, because addiction comes with that. You know, if you're addicted to anything, including your own children, if you're addicted to water, it can destroy you. That's what she's talking about so far. But let's keep listening.
Hear about me giving up, certain foods. You don't hear about no alcohol for a whole year.
No alcohol.
All of these things.
No, they're wondering how
else.
they're wondering how a woman as stunning as you are, that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter, which is another thing that they assume.
Wow.
Yeah, girl, I know.
It's not even my focus, and it never has been. My mother's an independent thinker. I've witnessed a divorce, between my parents. I've witnessed all kinds of things. My father is a very attractive man. I've witnessed a lot of things. And it's also not been a safe place in my mind as a little girl. So I've always thought a little different. The white wedding dress.
Oh, she's always thought different. She's going somewhere. She's going to tell us something. We're going to pretend we don't already know. Okay, she's going to tell us something. He's always thought a little bit different. A different thinker different. Let's keep going.
I was very fearful of those things. So I looked elsewhere and probably escaped too much in my work and keep going. But also, you don't hear anything else. You don't hear about me giving up, certain foods. You don't hear about no alcohol for a whole year. I think being independent has forced me to show up for myself and obviously family, friends, and this operation, because I have a mission and I have a vision, but it requires.
Well, so people always say, you've never seen a man come to the scene and keep saying they're independent. It's women that keep saying that, and they're using that to say it's women that's complaining. No, I want to challenge you a little bit differently, right? That is true. Remember, I always agree with the problems that people spell out. I always agree with the problems. Because if you're complaining about the problem exists, even if it's simply perception. That's the reality. It becomes reality. Perception becomes reality, right? So, but I agree with the problem. But I want to challenge you to think a little bit deeper. Why is that? Why does that problem exist? Right? The problem of only women are bragging or complaining or wanting independence, but men don't ask for some. I want to challenge you to think a little bit deeper than just spelling out what we can already see. Let's keep
Scares
going.
me to be gone. And so that's also very much fear-filled, knowing that if I have to be gone 95% of the time and my work calls for me to travel,
Okay, let's go on.
and not, I think, govern my life off of this fantasy or illusion that we've all been indoctrinated by or taught by. But when you have a vision as well, and you're fighting for empowerment, and especially for your women coming up, if you plan to be a label and sign young girls, etc., and
I want
be
to go
their
back to this
protector,
previous slide. Let's see here.
that must be intimidating. And I also can't show up properly.
That must be intimidating. I also can't show up properly. I think she's starting to speak to marriage here. Let's keep going. She's being realistic. Let's keep going.
For my significant other. But
Oh,
I'm also now spiritually aligned so much where I know that I'm surrounded by love everywhere I go, right?
okay. Sometimes when people say spiritually aligned, it's just them trying to say, I'm 45 now and I've seen Shege in this life. So I better accept, all that thing that I think I know. Just calm down. Let's all be calming down. That's just another way of saying that. Let's keep going.
I'm not seeking. And I know that it will be granted to me in divine time.
She's not seeking it to be granted in divine time. I have to agree with that. God's time is the best. How can you disagree with that? Let's keep going.
And I'm not worried about it because my life is full of love. And it comes in so many different forms, not just one person.
The Nigerian African brother say, does it come in the form of Amazon? What do you call Amazon? Plastic lover, AI lover. It comes in different forms, but that's not what she's saying. Okay, I think she's probably more so talking about family. She will tell us more though.
So I've had to recalibrate my brain. I think being independent
Recalibrate your
requires you to show up differently and also think differently. So it hasn't been a focal point for me. And this is what it looks like. I'm very happy with myself, but that also required me to strip a lot of things that are expected of me on a specific timeline for the society that we grew up in to have. I'm talking about marriage. I'm talking about kids. And if you don't have it, something's wrong with you.
If you don't have it, something is wrong with you. All right. So these are silent weapon fashion against this beautiful young lady, and many of them out there, because it's honestly, for the most part, I hear it directly from them, but I'm not the victim, so it makes sense that I'm not on the receiving end of it. Shout out to the Adebimpe. I see you, Adebimpe. Welcome.
Right. But did I desire it? No, not with what I've witnessed and not with what I've been through.
Does she desire it? She said no, not with what she's been through, not with what she's experienced. Oh, so we don't have to say too much. That woman, like the rest of us, have collected Shaggy. She is not interested. Not just because she fell out of the skies, not interested. She is not interested because of trauma. It's not trauma. Don't call me traumatic. No, she's not interested. Let's not put words in her mouth. She's not interested because of why she's not interested, wherever that is. Let's keep going.
So,
not to say I won't, and not won't, and not to say I'm not open.
Absolutely, but
not to leave the door open just in case. I like her. I've always loved Maya, but I love her, right? She said, keep them doors open. Keep them doors open. But she's not needy. She's not desperate. I would agree that she should be in that space. I just wouldn't talk too much about it though. But I can't silence a grown woman, right? It's absolutely wrong to silence a grown woman. She should speak her mind as she deems fit.
You never
Just FYI, sometimes that's what intimidates, quote unquote, weak men. Right? Just so you know, I said quote unquote because I don't necessarily agree they are weak men. If 9 out of 10 people are saying, I'm intimidated, they say it in another way. They don't say I'm insecure, they don't say I'm intimidated, but they tend to kind of like, I'm all right, right? I'm good. I just like you as you're just like my best friend. You confide everything. If 9 out of 10 people are doing that, you might want to pay attention. That's all I'm saying.
what I say to people, having never been married and also never having children, I always say, I never got the memo. So when people talk about this biological clock and it was ticking or they had familial.
She never got the memo. Can you imagine? Melissa, come on, man. Don't get them started. You and me, I'm okay. I think all of this is organic and people are going to live their life. But don't get them started with this kind of talking point. She never got the memo.
And societal pressure.
Yeah.
I never felt it.
Okay, she never felt the societal pressure. Me neither. But I can't claim that because I met my wife at 24. We got married at 27. So stop, Ola. You cannot compare your plight with this. Anyway, somebody said, no, her choices are trauma responses resulting from the devastation of her childhood. This isn't something to be celebrated. Well, it is not something to not be celebrated. Calm down, drink water, don't take Panadol for other people's headache. If our parents had exposed her to more healthy experiences, she wouldn't be in this space. She never healed enough to realize their journey didn't have to be hers. And I'm truly saddened she never... See, you are saddened. The person that's leaving the comment. I'm truly saddened she never experienced the joy of having her own family. It has never been God's intention for any one person to walk this earth alone. This is sad. Wow. Imagine. This is what I tell you. Don't feel the need to explain yourself to people, because if circumstances have put you where you are, that shalaye thing that you're doing, they are not going to understand you. They will drag you even more. They have no mercy. Explain because no evidence. Yeah, don't put yourself in a position to be explaining yourself, okay? If you want healing, if that's a real thing, talk to professionals. Help them to help you navigate life first, your own life first. If you can figure that one out, everything else you desire will come to you. Okay, in due time. If it hasn't come to you and you desired before, you probably didn't know what you're doing. You're probably in denial too, right? So, but who can tell if you're in denial? Not me. You can tell if you're in denial. Just look in the mirror and say, was that a lie I told myself? I'm not sure. Let me talk to a professional. Somebody's dusty son is furious. He can't disturb her peace. Here we go. There's delusional people on both sides of the gender. Society, family, friends act like it's the end of the world if a woman isn't married or don't have kids. The society is not the one talking right now. She's the one talking. The white picket fence isn't everyone's dream. I didn't even know that's a saying. I'm trying to connect my brain to it, but then I've heard you guys say it so many times. It is you that has engulfed yourself in Nollywood and Hollywood stories. It is you. Me Googling Maya's dad. Oh no. She saw her mom go through a lot and said to herself, not me. That sounds like trauma. Anyway, what are your thoughts about this? Let me know what you think about this. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, join the conversation in the comment section, and I will be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.